After fixing the little girl dolls, Lynn, who was just about to close the shop, hears a knocking at the door. Welcoming the patient to come inside, a big burly creature with a pig's head and a human body, with one eye missing, walks in. Knowing the soul lamp did not affect the extremely evil demon, Lynn let him walk past the door inside. Screaming, the pig-head demon curses the witch that Lynn had once met. The very same one that has taken one of the pig man's eyes out. The pig man asks for his teacher to make an exchange with him for an eyeball. Lynn tells the pig man that his teacher is out for a few days and that he is the one managing the shop. Lynn goes back to the topic of asking what eye he would like to exchange for the pig demon. The pig man then asks for Lynn for his pair of eyes, with the crisis message warning Lynn about the increasing danger. Lynn digs out one of his eyes and asks for an exchange of 200 skeleton coins. Shocked, the pig demon knew how excruciating it was to have an eyeball gouge out. Lynn, still smiling, makes the pig man believe that Lynn was not human. That he was a stitched up monster made by Bloodsaw. No longer confident, the pig man asks for his eye. Lynn reveals he was given the pig man's eye by the witch, who could easily take his head. Knowing how dangerous the witch is, the pig man agrees to buy his eyes back for 200 skeleton coins. Lynn, who starts to operate on pig man, starts to hack at the blood clot and small stones with a knife. The pig man, who was trembling and was about to pass out from the pain, asked Lynn to start putting his eye back. Lynn picks the pig man's eye and starts to hammer it in. When it had popped back in, Lynn realized it had been put in wrong. Lynn, who took the pig's eye out again and held the pig man, who was saying he didn't feel safe, started to hammer the pig man's eye back incorrectly this time. Lynn, who adds everything from the operating cost, makes the pig man print his fingerprint with his blood. The pig man, who had paid for everything and was ready to get the heck out of there, was stopped by Lynn. Lynn recommends that the pig man stay for another diagnosis for his quest. The pig man gets angry and Lynn confidently says he would never deceive his patient. The pig man lets Lynn check his pulse and is told that he is pregnant. The pig man, who is furious, is being told that he is pregnant because he, himself, was a guy. The pig man, who thinks of chopping up Lynn, is asked if he has any symptoms. Lynn is told that the pig man's stomach had been hurting for up to a month. The pig man, giving Lynn one more chance, asks if he has eaten anything unusual that may have caused some abnormalities in his body. Lynn starts to name symptoms that all occur when possessed by an evil spirit. Dumping a potion in water so that the pig man would put his hand in. The pig man dips his hands to reveal the truth. An evil spirit is growing inside the pig man. The pig man is terrified and begs Lynn for help. Lynn locks him down, sharpens his knife, and despite the pig man's protests, starts the surgery. Scared, the pig man asks if Lynn has done surgery before, only to be replied that he has once seen his teacher slaughter a pig and that it was similar to surgery. The pig man, who passes out from the pain, awakens with Lynn holding a small abomination in his hand. The pig man, who still had a hole inside him and his spirit almost collapsing, asked Lynn to sew the hole. Lynn, who sewed the pig man's stomach hole back up, tells the pig man that his baby is healthy. The pig man, scared and his eye tearing up, runs out of the shop, leaving the parasitized evil spirit and leaving the money for the surgery. Lynn, who tries to give the pig man baby back to him, takes the baby and temporarily, or when his teacher comes back, his teacher might eat it for a snack. Lynn, who is healing his eye with a potion, starts to check on his status. Seeing the system gives him a description of himself as a twisted person, when only Lynn thinks that he is kind and responsible with patients. Lynn put all his upgrade points into the constitution, making him feel stronger. Forgetting that he still has the pigman baby with him, he is given a new quest, 3 options, which are to eradicate the evil spirit differently or to wait for the pigman to come back and retrieve his daughter. Lynn decides to wait for the pigman to come back because he thinks of himself as morally good. The system warned Lynn that there was still an incomplete task. Lynn remembers he had to feed his teacher creatures in the backyard. Going to the backyard where a hatch was, Lynn opened and fed it, not asking what creature was inside, or if he did, he might be at next lunch. Coming back inside, see that pigman baby near the door. Lynn decided that it was too ugly to look at and was to give it a makeover. Lynn chains the little abomination so he can start on the makeover. The little monster is beginning to fear Lynn. Hearing the door being knocked on, Lynn opens the door to a burnt ghost who wants to change his face. Lynn lets the burnt ghost take a seat, so he can finish the little abomination makeover. Starting the makeover, he throws and tosses the little abomination like a pizza, doing all kinds of wild things. Shocked, the burnt ghost, who is seeing all of this, is afraid that he will be put to torture like the little monster. Lynn goes to get a tool and comes back to see the burnt ghost run for its life. After finishing the makeover, the little monster now looks like an innocent girl. The little monster now, though, was greatly fearing Lynn, and its grudge would be suppressed by its fear of Lynn.